The inaugural games of the Colosseum, held in 80 AD, were a grand and extravagant affair that showcased the might and splendor of the Roman Empire. These games, organized by Emperor Titus, were intended to celebrate the completion of the Colosseum and to demonstrate the emperor's generosity and the wealth of Rome. Lasting for 100 days, the inaugural games featured a variety of spectacles, including gladiatorial combats, wild beast hunts, and mock naval battles, captivating the Roman populace and visitors from across the empire. Welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating history of the Flavian dynasty, Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian, and their remarkable contributions to Rome. Before we begin, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more exciting explorations of historical events and figures. Now, let's uncover the legacy of the Flavian dynasty. Vespasian, born Titus Flavius Vespasianus, rose to power during a turbulent period in Roman history. Known for his military prowess and administrative reforms, Vespasian laid the foundation for the Flavian dynasty. His reign marked a period of stability and reconstruction after the chaos of the Year of the Four Emperors. Vespasian was born on November 17, 9 AD, in the Sabine country town of Phalacrina. Coming from an equestrian family, his rise through the military ranks was marked by notable achievements. Serving under Emperor Claudius, Vespasian distinguished himself during the Roman invasion of Britain, earning the favor of the emperor and securing a position as consul. The death of Nero in 68 AD triggered a power struggle that culminated in the Year of the Four Emperors. Vespasian, commanding legions in Judea, declared his bid for the throne. Supported by key military leaders and provincial governors, he marched on Rome. His decisive victory at the Second Battle of Bedriacum in October 69 AD solidified his position as emperor. Vespasian's military career was distinguished by significant victories. His successful campaigns in Britain expanded Roman territory and showcased his strategic acumen. Later, as the commander of Roman forces in Judea, he played a crucial role in suppressing the Jewish revolt. His leadership in these campaigns earned him a reputation as a capable and reliable military commander. Upon becoming emperor, Vespasian focused on restoring stability to the empire. He restructured the Roman military, ensuring loyalty and efficiency. His reforms included the establishment of permanent legions and the construction of new fortifications to secure the empire's borders. Vespasian's military strategy was characterized by pragmatism and a focus on consolidation rather than expansion. He believed in securing the existing borders of the empire and strengthening its internal structure. This approach not only stabilized the empire, but also ensured that resources were used efficiently. Vespasian introduced several military innovations during his reign. He improved the logistics and supply lines of the Roman army, ensuring that troops were well provisioned and capable of rapid deployment. These logistical improvements enhanced the mobility and effectiveness of the Roman legions, allowing them to respond swiftly to threats both within and outside the empire. Vespasian's reign was characterized by pragmatic governance and financial prudence. He inherited a nearly bankrupt state and implemented measures to restore fiscal stability. Vespasian increased taxes, restructured public finances, and reformed the tax collection system. His financial policies, though sometimes unpopular, were effective in stabilizing the economy. One of Vespasian's key financial reforms was the introduction of a new tax on public urinals, famously known as the vectigal urinae. When criticized for this tax, Vespasian reportedly held a coin to his nose and remarked, "Pecunia non ole, money does not stink," highlighting his practical approach to revenue generation. Vespasian also embarked on extensive public works projects to rebuild Rome. He initiated the construction of the Colosseum, a monumental amphitheater that would become one of Rome's most iconic landmarks. Additionally, he restored temples, repaired roads, and improved Rome's water supply system. These projects not only enhanced the city's infrastructure, but also provided employment for thousands of Romans. One of Vespasian's most enduring legacies is his contribution to Rome's infrastructure. The construction of the Colosseum, financed through the spoils of the Jewish war, symbolized the might and grandeur of the Roman Empire. The amphitheater, capable of seating over 50,000 spectators, hosted gladiatorial contests, public spectacles, and theatrical performances. Vespasian also prioritized the repair and expansion of Rome's road network. These roads facilitated trade, military movement, and communication across the empire. Additionally, he invested in improving the water supply system by building new aqueducts and repairing existing ones. These infrastructural improvements enhanced the quality of life for Rome's inhabitants and demonstrated Vespasian's commitment to the city's prosperity. The construction of the Temple of Peace, also known as the Forum of Vespasian, was another significant project. This temple was built to celebrate the end of the Jewish war and served as a symbol of the peace and stability Vespasian brought to the empire. The temple complex included a public library and a garden, reflecting Vespasian's interest in promoting culture and learning. Vespasian's administrative reforms extended beyond financial and infrastructural improvements. He implemented measures to curb corruption and increase efficiency within the government. Vespasian appointed capable and loyal individuals to key administrative positions, ensuring that the empire was governed effectively. He also focused on reforming the judicial system. He introduced measures to reduce the backlog of cases and ensure that justice was administered fairly and efficiently. These reforms helped to restore public confidence in the legal system and contributed to the overall stability of the empire. Vespasian's reign also saw significant cultural and social developments. He promoted the arts and literature, supporting poets, historians, and philosophers. Vespasian's patronage helped to foster a vibrant cultural scene in Rome, which flourished under his rule. His policies also addressed the social welfare of Roman citizens. He implemented measures to provide grain to the poor, ensuring that the basic needs of the population were met. These policies helped to alleviate social tensions and fostered a sense of loyalty and gratitude among the populace. In addition to his administrative and financial reforms, Vespasian implemented significant military reforms. He restructured the Roman army, ensuring that it was well-equipped and well-disciplined. His military reforms included the establishment of permanent legions and the construction of new fortifications along the empire's borders. Vespasian also focused on improving the training and discipline of the Roman legions. He believed that a well-trained and disciplined army was essential for maintaining the security and stability of the empire. His military reforms helped to ensure that the Roman army remained a formidable force during his reign and beyond. Vespasian was known for his practical and no-nonsense approach to governance. He was a pragmatic leader who focused on achieving tangible results. His leadership style was characterized by his emphasis on efficiency, fiscal responsibility, and the well-being of the empire. Despite his pragmatic approach, Vespasian was also known for his sense of humor. He often used wit and humor to diffuse tension and maintain morale among his subordinates. Vespasian's ability to balance pragmatism with humor and humanity endeared him to both his supporters and the general populace. Vespasian's reign marked a period of recovery and reconstruction for the Roman Empire. His military achievements, administrative reforms, and contributions to infrastructure laid the foundation for the stability and prosperity of the Flavian dynasty. Vespasian's pragmatic governance and dedication to public works earned him a lasting legacy as a capable and effective emperor. The stability and prosperity achieved during Vespasian's reign set the stage for the success of his successors, Titus and Domitian. His contributions to Rome's infrastructure, financial stability, and administrative efficiency ensured that the Flavian dynasty would be remembered as a period of revitalization and progress for the Roman Empire. Vespasian's reign was a turning point in Roman history. His practical and pragmatic approach to governance, coupled with his significant contributions to Rome's infrastructure and financial stability, restored confidence in the imperial system. Vespasian's legacy as a capable and effective ruler continues to be celebrated, and his impact on the Roman Empire remains enduring. Vespasian's commitment to rebuilding Rome extended to his efforts to restore and beautify the city. He invested heavily in repairing the damage caused by the civil wars and restoring public buildings that had fallen into disrepair. This not only improved the physical appearance of Rome, but also boosted the morale of its citizens, who saw tangible evidence of recovery and progress. Under Vespasian, the arts and literature flourished. He was a patron of the arts, encouraging the creation of works that celebrated Roman achievements and history. This period saw the production of significant literary works that have endured through the centuries. Vespasian understood the power of culture in uniting and inspiring people, and he used his patronage to promote a sense of Roman identity and pride. Vespasian's efforts to improve the judicial system were also notable. He introduced reforms to reduce corruption and increase transparency in the legal process. By appointing judges known for their integrity and competence, he aimed to restore public confidence in the judiciary. These reforms were crucial in maintaining social order and ensuring that justice was administered fairly. One of Vespasian's most significant achievements was his ability to restore fiscal discipline to the Roman state. When he came to power, the empire was nearly bankrupt, largely due to the extravagant spending of his predecessors. Vespasian's financial acumen allowed him to implement policies that stabilized the economy and replenished the state treasury. His fiscal policies included new taxes and the revival of old ones, as well as cuts to unnecessary expenditures. His pragmatic approach to financial management ensured the long-term sustainability of the empire's finances. Vespasian's reign also had a lasting impact on the provinces of the Roman Empire. He sought to integrate the provinces more fully into the Roman state, granting Roman citizenship to many provincial elites and encouraging their participation in the imperial administration. This policy helped to foster loyalty and cooperation among the provinces, contributing to the overall stability of the empire. His approach to provincial governance emphasized the importance of local autonomy within the framework of imperial control, a balance that helped to maintain peace and order throughout the empire. The construction projects initiated by Vespasian were not limited to Rome. He undertook numerous building projects in the provinces, including the construction of roads, bridges, and public buildings. These projects improved infrastructure and facilitated trade and communication across the empire. By enhancing the connectivity of the provinces, Vespasian strengthened the economic and political cohesion of the Roman state. Vespasian's military reforms were critical in ensuring the long-term security of the empire. He recognized the importance of a well-disciplined and loyal army in maintaining imperial power. His reforms included the establishment of permanent garrisons in key locations, the construction of fortifications along the empire's borders, and the implementation of rigorous training programs for soldiers. These measures enhanced the readiness and effectiveness of the Roman military, ensuring that it remained a formidable force capable of defending the empire against external threats and maintaining internal stability. Vespasian's leadership was characterized by a combination of pragmatism, humility, and a deep sense of duty. He was known for his down-to-earth demeanor and his willingness to engage directly with his subjects. This approachability endeared him to the people and helped to build a strong rapport between the emperor and his subjects. His leadership style was a refreshing change from the aloof and often tyrannical behavior of some of his predecessors. Despite the challenges he faced, Vespasian remained committed to his vision of a strong and prosperous Roman Empire. His reign set the stage for a period of relative peace and stability that lasted for several decades. The Flavian Dynasty, which he founded, continued to build on his achievements, further consolidating the gains made during his reign. Vespasian's legacy is a testament to the power of effective leadership and pragmatic governance. His ability to restore stability and prosperity to the Roman Empire during a time of crisis is a remarkable achievement that continues to be remembered and celebrated. Vespasian's reign serves as a model of how strong leadership, sound policies, and a commitment to public service can transform a nation and secure its future. In conclusion, Vespasian's reign was a period of significant transformation and progress for the Roman Empire. His military achievements, administrative reforms, and contributions to infrastructure and culture laid the foundation for the stability and prosperity of the Flavian dynasty. Vespasian's legacy as a capable and effective ruler continues to be celebrated, and his impact on the Roman Empire remains enduring. His leadership during a critical period in Roman history exemplifies the qualities of resilience, pragmatism, and a deep commitment to the well-being of the state and its people. Titus, born Titus Flavius Vespasianus on December 30th, 39 AD, was the elder son of Vespasian and followed in his father's footsteps, eventually becoming emperor himself. His reign, though brief, was marked by significant achievements and notable events that left a lasting impact on the Roman Empire. From his military exploits to his efforts in disaster relief, Titus is remembered as a capable and compassionate ruler. Titus spent his early years being groomed for leadership. He received an extensive education, which included training in rhetoric and law, preparing him for both military and administrative roles. As a young man, he served in the military under his father's command during the Jewish War. His bravery and leadership during the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD were instrumental in the Roman victory. The fall of Jerusalem not only solidified Roman control over Judea, but also marked Titus as a formidable military leader. Upon returning to Rome, Titus was celebrated as a hero. He was awarded a triumph, a grand parade through Rome to honor his victory in Judea. During this triumph, Jewish captives and treasures from the Temple of Jerusalem were displayed, showcasing Rome's dominance. The Arch of Titus, which still stands today, commemorates this victory and serves as a testament to his military prowess. Despite his military success, Titus's early political career was not without controversy. He was appointed as the commander of the Praetorian Guard, a position that gave him significant influence and power. His relationship with Berenice, a Judean princess, was a source of scandal and discontent among the Roman elite. Many feared her influence over Titus, leading to calls for her removal from Rome. Titus ultimately ended the relationship to avoid political fallout and maintain his position. Titus's ascent to the throne was marked by his father's death in 79 AD. As emperor, one of his first significant challenges was dealing with the aftermath of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, which occurred shortly after his accession. The eruption devastated the cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, and Stabiae, burying them under volcanic ash and lava. The disaster caused immense loss of life and property, and the Roman Empire faced the daunting task of recovery and relief efforts. Titus's response to the eruption of Mount Vesuvius was swift and compassionate. He personally funded the relief efforts, using his own wealth to aid the survivors and rebuild the affected areas. His dedication to helping those in need earned him widespread admiration and solidified his reputation as a benevolent ruler. He also took measures to ensure that the Roman state provided adequate support for the victims, demonstrating his commitment to his people's welfare. In addition to disaster relief, Titus undertook several public works projects to improve Rome's infrastructure and public spaces. He completed the construction of the Colosseum, which had been initiated by his father, Vespasian. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, became a symbol of Roman engineering and architectural prowess. It hosted a variety of public spectacles, including gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and mock naval battles, providing entertainment for the Roman populace. Titus also inaugurated the Baths of Titus, a complex of public baths that provided citizens with a place to relax, socialize, and maintain hygiene. These baths were part of his broader efforts to improve the quality of life for Romans and to leave a lasting legacy of public amenities. His investments in public infrastructure reflected his understanding of the importance of civic life and his desire to be remembered as a benefactor of the people. Another significant event during Titus's reign was the Great Fire of Rome in 80 AD. The fire caused extensive damage to the city, destroying many buildings and displacing thousands of residents. Titus once again demonstrated his leadership and compassion by leading the relief efforts. He opened his own palace to provide shelter for the homeless and ensured that food and supplies were distributed to those in need. His actions during this crisis further solidified his reputation as a caring and effective leader. Titus's reign, however, was not without challenges. He faced political intrigue and opposition from certain factions within the Senate and the elite. Despite these challenges, he managed to maintain stability and order throughout his rule. His ability to navigate the complexities of Roman politics while addressing the needs of his people is a testament to his leadership skills. Titus's reign was relatively short, lasting only 2 years. He died suddenly in 81 AD, under circumstances that have led to speculation and rumors of foul play. Some ancient sources suggest that his brother Domitian, who succeeded him as emperor, may have been involved in his untimely death. However, there is no concrete evidence to support these claims, and Titus's death remains a subject of historical debate. Despite his brief reign, Titus left a lasting legacy. He was remembered as a fair and just ruler, whose actions during times of crisis demonstrated his dedication to the well-being of his people. His efforts to rebuild and improve Rome's infrastructure, coupled with his military achievements, ensured that he would be remembered as one of Rome's capable and compassionate emperors. The public's perception of Titus was overwhelmingly positive. He was often referred to as delight and darling of the human race by his contemporaries. This affectionate moniker reflected the widespread admiration and affection that the Roman people had for him. His ability to connect with his subjects on a personal level and address their needs endeared him to many and solidified his place in Roman history. Titus's relationship with his brother Domitian is also noteworthy. Despite the speculation surrounding his death, Titus and Domitian had a complex and often strained relationship. Domitian, who felt overshadowed by his brother's achievements, harbored ambitions of his own. Upon Titus's death, Domitian ascended to the throne and took measures to ensure his authority, but he also honored Titus's memory by completing some of his projects and continuing his policies. Titus's reign, though short, serves as a reminder of the impact a ruler can have through compassion, effective governance, and dedication to public welfare. His legacy as a military leader, a patron of public works, and a compassionate emperor has endured through the centuries. The monuments and structures that he helped build, such as the Colosseum and the Arch of Titus, stand as lasting testaments to his contributions to Rome and its people. In summary, Titus's reign was marked by significant achievements and challenges. His military success, particularly in Judea, established him as a capable leader. His compassionate response to natural disasters and commitment to public works demonstrated his dedication to the well-being of his people. Despite his brief time as emperor, Titus left an indelible mark on Roman history, remembered as a ruler who combined strength with benevolence and left a legacy of enduring contributions to the Roman state. Domitian, born Titus Flavius Domitianus on October 24, 51 AD, was the younger son of Vespasian and the brother of Titus. He became the third and final emperor of the Flavian dynasty. Domitian's reign, which lasted from 81 AD until his assassination in 96 AD, was marked by significant achievements in administration, military campaigns, and architectural projects. However, it was also characterized by increasing autocracy and the emperor's strained relationship with the Senate, leading to a controversial legacy. Domitian's early life was relatively unremarkable compared to his older brother Titus. He received a thorough education in Rome, studying rhetoric, literature, and law, which prepared him for a future role in governance. Unlike Titus, Domitian did not have extensive military experience before becoming emperor. During his father's and brother's reigns, he held various ceremonial and administrative positions, but remained largely in the background. Domitian ascended to the throne following the sudden death of his brother Titus in 81 AD. Some sources suggest that Domitian may have had a role in Titus's death, although there is no definitive evidence to support this claim. Regardless of the circumstances, Domitian's accession was smooth, and he was accepted as emperor without significant opposition. As emperor, Domitian quickly set about consolidating his power. He was determined to strengthen the central authority of the emperor and reduce the influence of the Senate. To achieve this, he implemented several key reforms. Domitian expanded the imperial bureaucracy, appointing equestrians and freedmen to important administrative positions. This move helped him bypass the Senate and ensure that loyal and capable individuals were in charge of key functions. Domitian also took steps to reform the financial administration of the empire. He introduced measures to curb corruption and increase efficiency in tax collection. By ensuring that taxes were collected more effectively, Domitian was able to increase state revenues and fund his ambitious building projects and military campaigns. His fiscal policies, while often harsh, were effective in stabilizing the empire's finances. One of Domitian's notable achievements was his extensive building program. Like his father, Vespasian, and brother Titus, Domitian was committed to enhancing the infrastructure and grandeur of Rome. He commissioned the construction of the Domus Flavia, a magnificent palace on the Palatine Hill that served as the imperial residence. This grand complex included public reception rooms, private living quarters, and impressive gardens, reflecting the emperor's desire to project power and authority. Domitian also completed the temple of Vespasian and Titus, honoring his father and brother. This temple, located in the Roman Forum, was a symbol of the continuity and legitimacy of the Flavian dynasty. Additionally, Domitian oversaw the renovation and expansion of several important public buildings and temples, including the Temple of Jupiter on the Capitoline Hill, which had been damaged by fire. The emperor's passion for architecture and urban development extended beyond Rome. Domitian initiated numerous construction projects throughout the provinces, including roads, bridges, and fortifications. These projects improved infrastructure, facilitated trade and communication, and strengthened the empire's defenses. Domitian's commitment to building and renovation earned him the admiration of many, but it also placed a significant financial burden on the state. In addition to his building projects, Domitian was known for his military campaigns. He sought to secure and expand the empire's borders, focusing on the troublesome frontiers in Germany and Dacia. In Germany, Domitian reinforced the Rhine frontier, constructing a series of forts and fortifications to protect against Germanic tribes. His campaigns in Dacia, however, were less successful. Despite initial victories, the Dacian Wars proved costly and challenging, leading to a negotiated peace that required the payment of annual tributes to the Dacian king Decebalus. Domitian's military policies were not limited to foreign campaigns. He also took measures to ensure the loyalty and discipline of the Roman legions. He increased soldiers' pay and improved their conditions, which helped to secure their allegiance. Domitian's emphasis on military discipline and loyalty was crucial in maintaining the stability of the empire during his reign. Domitian's reign, however, was not without its challenges and controversies. His relationship with the Senate was particularly strained. Domitian viewed the Senate with suspicion and often bypassed it in favor of relying on his appointed officials. This led to growing resentment among the senatorial class, who felt marginalized and disrespected. Domitian's autocratic style of governance and his insistence on being addressed as Dominus et Deus, Lord and God, further alienated the Senate and contributed to his unpopularity among the elite. The emperor's increasing autocracy was also evident in his approach to justice and security. Domitian implemented a series of harsh measures to suppress dissent and maintain control. He expanded the powers of the Praetorian Guard, the elite imperial bodyguard, and used them to enforce his policies and suppress potential threats. Domitian's reign saw a significant increase in trials for treason, majestas, often based on dubious charges. These trials were used to eliminate political opponents and consolidate his authority. One of the most controversial aspects of Domitian's reign was his use of informers, delatores. These individuals were encouraged to report any suspicious activities or criticisms of the emperor, leading to a climate of fear and mistrust. Many senators and prominent citizens were accused of treason and executed, further exacerbating tensions between Domitian and the Senate. The emperor's paranoia and reliance on informers created an atmosphere of suspicion and insecurity that permeated Roman society. Despite his authoritarian tendencies, Domitian did have a keen interest in cultural and religious matters. He promoted the worship of Roman gods and the imperial cult, positioning himself as a central figure in Roman religious life. Domitian also showed an interest in literature and the arts, supporting poets and writers such as Martial and Statius. His patronage helped to foster a vibrant cultural scene in Rome, despite the oppressive political climate. Domitian's later years were marked by increasing isolation and paranoia. He withdrew from public life and spent more time in his palace, surrounded by a small circle of trusted advisors and guards. His fear of assassination grew, and he took extreme measures to protect himself, including having the walls of his palace covered in reflective tiles to detect potential assassins. The culmination of Domitian's reign came on September 18th, 96 AD, when he was assassinated in a palace conspiracy. The plot involved members of his own household, including his chamberlain Parthenius, and possibly even his wife, Domitia Longina. Domitian's death marked the end of the Flavian dynasty and the beginning of a new era in Roman history. In the aftermath of his assassination, the Senate moved quickly to condemn Domitian's memory through a process known as damnatio memoriae. Statues of Domitian were destroyed, his name was erased from public inscriptions, and efforts were made to erase him from the historical record. The Senate's actions reflected their deep animosity towards Domitian and their desire to distance themselves from his autocratic rule. However, Despite the Senate's efforts to vilify him, Domitian's legacy is more complex. While his autocratic style and repressive measures earned him the ire of the senatorial class, his reign also saw significant achievements in administration, military strategy, and architectural development. Domitian's efforts to strengthen the empire's borders and improve infrastructure had long-lasting effects, contributing to the stability and prosperity of the Roman Empire in the years following his death. Modern historians have reassessed Domitian's reign, recognizing both his accomplishments and his flaws. While his authoritarian tendencies and strained relationship with the Senate are undeniable, his administrative reforms, military campaigns, and building projects demonstrate his commitment to strengthening and beautifying the empire. Domitian's reign, though controversial, played a crucial role in shaping the trajectory of the Roman Empire during a critical period of its history. Domitian's rule also had notable achievements in legal and economic reforms. He worked to standardize provincial administration, ensuring that local governors were held accountable for their actions. This helped to reduce corruption and improve governance throughout the empire. Domitian's economic policies included reforms in coinage to address inflation and stabilize the economy. By maintaining the purity of the currency, he helped to preserve the value of Roman money and protect the economic stability of the empire. Domitian also paid particular attention to the welfare of the Roman army. Recognizing the importance of a loyal and well-maintained military, he improved the conditions for soldiers, increased their pay, and provided better supplies. These measures not only secured the loyalty of the legions, but also ensured that the Roman military remained an effective fighting force, capable of defending the empire's extensive borders. Domitian's interest in cultural activities extended to the organization of public games and festivals. He sponsored numerous gladiatorial contests, chariot races, and theatrical performances, which were popular with the Roman public. These events served to entertain the masses and promote a sense of unity and shared cultural identity. Domitian's reign saw the construction of several new venues for these spectacles, further cementing his legacy as a patron of public entertainment. Despite the harshness of his rule, Domitian's contributions to the architectural landscape of Rome were significant. He continued the work of his predecessors in rebuilding the city, which had suffered from fires and neglect. The Flavian Palace on the Palatine Hill, the Stadium of Domitian, now Piazza Navona, and numerous other buildings and monuments stand as testaments to his ambition to leave a lasting mark on the city of Rome. The complexity of Domitian's character is evident in the contrasting views held by contemporary and later historians. While ancient writers like Tacitus, Suetonius, and Pliny the Younger, who were sympathetic to the Senate, painted Domitian as a tyrant, other sources provide a more nuanced picture. They acknowledge his administrative efficiency, his concern for the military, and his efforts to improve the empire's infrastructure and economy. In conclusion, Domitian's reign as Emperor of Rome was marked by a combination of significant achievements and profound controversies. His efforts to consolidate power, reform the administration, and undertake ambitious building projects left a lasting impact on the Roman Empire. However, his increasing autocracy, strained relations with the Senate, and reliance on repressive measures ultimately led to his downfall. Domitian's complex legacy reflects the challenges and contradictions of his rule, illustrating the delicate balance between authority and tyranny in the history of the Roman Empire. While his methods were often harsh, his vision for a strong and prosperous Rome cannot be denied. His reign, though controversial, played a critical role in the transition from the Flavian dynasty to the subsequent Nerva-Antonine dynasty, shaping the future of the Roman Empire for years to come. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, is one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Rome and a testament to Roman engineering and architectural prowess. Its construction began under Emperor Vespasian around 72 AD, and was completed in 80 AD by his son Titus, with later modifications carried out during the reign of Domitian. This grand structure was not only a marvel of engineering, but also a symbol of the power and ingenuity of the Roman Empire. The decision to build the Colosseum on the site of Nero's Golden House, the Domus Aurea, was significant. The Domus Aurea included an artificial lake, and by transforming this extravagant private palace into a public arena, the Flavian emperors aimed to return the space to the people of Rome, symbolizing the shift from the tyranny of Nero to the more benevolent rule of the Flavian dynasty. The construction of the Colosseum was a massive undertaking that involved tens of thousands of slaves and skilled laborers. The structure is an elliptical amphitheater measuring approximately 189 meters long, 156 meters wide, and 50 meters high. Its outer walls were constructed from travertine stone, sourced from nearby quarries, while the interior comprised tufa and brick. The travertine blocks were held together not by mortar, but by 300 tons of iron clamps, showcasing the advanced engineering techniques of the Romans. One of the most impressive aspects of the Colosseum's design is its complex system of vaults and arches. The building features 4 stories, each with 80 arches that created a series of entrances and exits, facilitating the movement of large crowds. This design allowed the Colosseum to accommodate between 50,000 to 80,000 spectators, who could be efficiently and safely ushered to their seats. The amphitheater's interior was equally impressive. The arena floor, made of wood and covered with sand, concealed a vast network of underground passages and chambers known as the hypogeum. This subterranean structure housed gladiators, animals, and stage sets that could be brought to the surface through a system of elevators and trapdoors. The hypogeum was a masterpiece of logistics and engineering, allowing for elaborate and dynamic spectacles. The seating arrangement within the Colosseum reflected the hierarchical nature of Roman society. The best seats, located closest to the arena, were reserved for the emperor, senators, and other high-ranking officials. As one moved further up the tiers, the seating was allocated to the equestrian class, ordinary Roman citizens, and finally, the uppermost sections were designated for women and the poor. This arrangement not only provided optimal viewing for the elite, but also reinforced social order. The Colosseum's exterior was adorned with 3 levels of arcades, each featuring a different architectural order. The ground level with Doric columns, the second level with Ionic columns, and the third with Corinthian columns. The fourth and topmost level was adorned with Corinthian pilasters and small rectangular windows. Statues of gods and heroes were placed in the arches, further enhancing the grandeur of the structure. The design of the Colosseum also included numerous practical features. The awning, known as the velarium, was a retractable canvas roof that provided shade for spectators. It was operated by sailors from the Roman navy, who were skilled in handling ropes and sails. The velarium was anchored to large masts that protruded from the top of the amphitheater, creating an impressive canopy that protected the audience from the sun. In addition to its architectural and engineering marvels, the construction of the Colosseum was a statement of political power. The Flavian emperors used the Colosseum as a means to gain favor with the public, offering free admission to the games and providing food and entertainment. These spectacles, known as bread and circuses, were a way to distract and appease the populace, ensuring their loyalty to the emperor. The construction of the Colosseum also had a significant economic impact. It provided employment for thousands of workers, from laborers to artisans, and stimulated the economy by creating a demand for materials and services. The amphitheater became a focal point of Roman social and cultural life, drawing visitors from across the empire and showcasing the wealth and power of Rome. The Colosseum's construction techniques and architectural innovations had a lasting influence on the development of amphitheaters and public buildings throughout the Roman Empire. Its design principles, particularly the use of arches and vaults, were adopted and adapted in structures ranging from provincial amphitheaters to aqueducts and basilicas. The Colosseum's significance extends beyond its architectural and engineering achievements. It was a symbol of Rome's imperial might and a testament to the ability of the Flavian emperors to harness and display that power through monumental construction. The amphitheater stood as a reminder of the empire's ability to create enduring structures that celebrated Roman culture and engineering prowess. Throughout its history, the Colosseum has faced numerous challenges, including natural disasters and neglect. It suffered damage from earthquakes in 847 AD and 1231 AD, which caused significant portions of the outer wall to collapse. Despite these challenges, the Colosseum has endured as a symbol of ancient Rome and a testament to the ingenuity of Roman engineering. The Colosseum's construction began under Vespasian, who envisioned a grand amphitheater that could serve as a public entertainment venue and a symbol of his dynasty. The project was funded by the spoils of the Jewish War, highlighting the connection between military conquest and monumental architecture in the Roman Empire. The use of spoils from conquered territories to fund public works was a common practice, reinforcing the emperor's role as a provider for the people. The construction process involved a combination of skilled labor and slave labor. Skilled craftsmen and engineers were responsible for the design and execution of the more complex aspects of the project, while thousands of slaves provided the brute force needed to quarry and transport materials. The use of such a large labor force allowed the project to be completed relatively quickly, demonstrating the efficiency and organizational capabilities of the Roman state. The choice of materials for the Colosseum was also significant. Travertine stone, tufa, and brick were selected for their durability and availability. The use of travertine, in particular, gave the Colosseum its distinctive appearance and contributed to its longevity. The stone was quarried from Tivoli, about 20 kilometers from Rome, and transported to the construction site. The precision with which the stones were cut and fitted together without the use of mortar is a testament to the skill of Roman stonemasons. The construction of the Colosseum was a highly organized and methodical process. The site was first cleared and leveled, and the foundations were laid. These foundations consisted of concrete, a Roman innovation that provided a strong and stable base for the massive structure. The walls were then built up in stages, with each level of arches and columns carefully constructed to ensure stability and strength. One of the most remarkable features of the Colosseum is its system of vaults and arches. These architectural elements not only provided structural support, but also allowed for the construction of a large, open interior space. The use of concrete vaults enabled the Romans to create a series of interconnected spaces, including the hypogeum, which housed the complex network of passages and chambers beneath the arena floor. The hypogeum was a crucial component of the Colosseum's design, allowing for the seamless introduction of gladiators, animals, and stage sets into the arena. This subterranean structure was a marvel of engineering, with a system of pulleys, elevators, and trapdoors that enabled the swift and dramatic entrance of combatants and beasts. The hypogeum added an element of surprise and spectacle to the games, enhancing the overall experience for the audience. The seating arrangement within the Colosseum was carefully designed to reflect the social hierarchy of Roman society. The emperor and his retinue occupied the most prestigious seats, known as the podium, which provided the best views of the arena. Senators and other high-ranking officials were seated in the lower tiers, while the equestrian class occupied the middle tiers. Ordinary citizens were seated further up, and the uppermost sections were reserved for women and the poor. This hierarchical arrangement reinforced social distinctions and emphasized the emperor's role as the central figure in Roman society. The Colosseum's exterior design was equally impressive, featuring a series of arcades and columns that created a harmonious and imposing facade. The use of different architectural orders for each level added to the aesthetic appeal of the structure. The ground level featured Doric columns, the second level Ionic columns, and the third level Corinthian columns. The fourth level, adorned with Corinthian pilasters and small rectangular windows, completed the architectural composition. The decorative elements of the Colosseum included statues and reliefs that depicted gods, heroes, and mythological scenes. These sculptures added to the grandeur of the structure and conveyed the cultural and religious values of the Roman Empire. The presence of these artistic elements also served to enhance the experience of spectators, providing visual stimulation in addition to the spectacles within the arena. The practical features of the Colosseum's design were also noteworthy. The velarium, a retractable awning, provided shade for spectators and demonstrated the Romans' ingenuity in creating a comfortable environment for large crowds. The awning was operated by sailors from the Roman Navy, who were skilled in handling ropes and sails. This feature highlighted the integration of different aspects of Roman society, with military personnel contributing to the success of public entertainment. The Colosseum's construction and design also reflected the broader political and social context of the Flavian dynasty. By building a grand amphitheater on the site of Nero's Domus Aurea, Vespasian and his successors sought to distance themselves from the excesses of Nero's reign and to present themselves as benefactors of the Roman people. The Colosseum symbolized the return of public spaces to the citizens of Rome and the renewal of the city under Flavian rule. The completion of the Colosseum by Titus and the subsequent modifications by Domitian underscored the continuity and stability of the Flavian dynasty. The amphitheater became a focal point for public life in Rome, hosting a variety of spectacles that reinforced the power and legitimacy of the emperors. The games and events held in the Colosseum provided a platform for the Flavian emperors to display their generosity, entertain the populace, and reinforce the social order. In conclusion, the construction and design of the Colosseum represent a pinnacle of Roman engineering and architectural achievement. The innovative use of materials, the complex system of vaults and arches, and the careful consideration of social hierarchy and public comfort all contributed to the creation of a structure that has endured for nearly 2 millennia. The Colosseum stands as a testament to the power, ingenuity, and cultural significance of the Roman Empire, and its legacy continues to inspire and captivate people around the world. The inaugural games of the Colosseum, held in 80 AD, were a grand and extravagant affair that showcased the might and splendor of the Roman Empire. These games, organized by Emperor Titus, were intended to celebrate the completion of the Colosseum and to demonstrate the emperor's generosity and the wealth of Rome. Lasting for 100 days, the inaugural games featured a variety of spectacles, including gladiatorial combats, wild beast hunts, and mock naval battles, captivating the Roman populace and visitors from across the empire. The opening ceremony of the inaugural games was a magnificent event that began with a grand procession, or pompa, which included musicians, dancers, and elaborately dressed participants representing various deities and personifications of Rome's glory. The procession made its way through the streets of Rome, culminating in the Colosseum, where the participants entered the arena to the cheers of thousands of spectators. One of the highlights of the inaugural games was the gladiatorial combat. Gladiators, who were often slaves or prisoners of war, were trained fighters skilled in various forms of combat. These warriors were armed with different weapons and armor, and they engaged in fierce battles that thrilled the audience. The fights were highly choreographed and varied in style, from one-on-one duels to group battles, providing continuous excitement for the spectators. Victorious gladiators were celebrated as heroes, while those who fell in battle were honored for their bravery. Gladiatorial combat was more than just a fight to the death. It was a sophisticated and highly ritualized spectacle. The gladiators were divided into different classes based on their armor and fighting style, including the heavily armed Murmillo, the lightly armored Retiarius, and the secutor, who was known for his pursuit tactics. Each match was carefully planned to ensure a balance of skill and spectacle, keeping the audience engaged and entertained. In addition to gladiatorial combat, the inaugural games featured wild beast hunts, or venationes. These events involved the hunting and killing of exotic animals imported from various parts of the empire including lions, elephants, tigers, and bears. The spectacle of these powerful and dangerous creatures battling gladiators or each other was a source of immense fascination and entertainment for the Roman audience. The Colosseum's hypogeum played a crucial role in these events, as it allowed for the seamless introduction of animals into the arena through a system of elevators and trapdoors. The Venatians were not merely displays of brute force. They were intricately staged performances that often included elaborate sets and props to recreate natural environments. Hunters, known as venatores, would face off against these wild beasts, showcasing their bravery and skill. Sometimes the events would involve large-scale reenactments of famous hunts or mythological scenes, adding a narrative element to the spectacle. One of the most spectacular events of the inaugural games was the mock naval battle, or naumachia. For this event, the arena floor was flooded with water, transforming it into a miniature lake. Specially designed ships, manned by condemned prisoners or slaves acting as sailors, engaged in staged naval battles. These elaborate spectacles recreated famous sea battles from Roman history, complete with realistic combat and strategic maneuvers. The naumachiae were a testament to the engineering ingenuity of the Romans and their ability to create awe-inspiring spectacles. The naumachiae required a tremendous amount of planning and resources. The Colosseum's hypogeum was equipped with mechanisms to quickly flood and drain the arena, allowing for the rapid transformation of the space. The ships used in these battles were replicas of actual Roman warships, complete with oars and sails. The combatants, often condemned criminals, fought fiercely, knowing that survival in these brutal contests could mean a reprieve from execution. Throughout the 100 days of games, various other forms of entertainment were also presented, including theatrical performances, acrobatics, and chariot races. These events added variety to the program and ensured that the audience remained engaged and entertained. The diversity of spectacles reflected the Romans' love for public entertainment and their ability to stage complex and multifaceted events. The theatrical performances included both comedic and dramatic plays, often adapted from Greek originals. These plays were performed by professional actors and featured elaborate costumes and stage effects. The acrobatic shows showcased the skills of tumblers, tightrope walkers, and other performers who dazzled the audience with their feats of agility and balance. Chariot races, though more commonly associated with the Circus Maximus, were occasionally held in the Colosseum, adding another layer of excitement to the festivities. The inaugural games of the Colosseum were more than just entertainment. They were a demonstration of the emperor's power and generosity. By providing free admission to the games and distributing food to the spectators, Titus sought to gain favor with the populace and reinforce his position as a benevolent ruler. The games also served to distract the public from the recent disasters that had struck Rome, including the eruption of Mount Vesuvius and a devastating fire, and to celebrate the resilience and strength of the Roman Empire. The games were meticulously planned and executed, with each day featuring a different program of events. This variety kept the audience entertained and ensured that there was something for everyone. The inclusion of exotic animals and the use of elaborate stage sets created a sense of wonder and spectacle that captivated the Roman populace. The impact of the inaugural games extended beyond the immediate festivities. They set a precedent for future emperors who continued to use the Colosseum as a venue for grand public spectacles. The games became an integral part of Roman culture, with subsequent emperors hosting their own celebrations to commemorate victories, honor the gods, or mark significant events. The Colosseum remained a central hub of public entertainment and a symbol of imperial magnificence throughout the Roman Empire's history. The games also had a profound effect on the gladiators and other participants. For many gladiators, the arena was a place of both immense danger and potential glory. Successful gladiators could achieve significant fame and fortune, earning the admiration of the public and the favor of the emperor. Some even gained their freedom as a reward for their valor. However, the life of a gladiator was fraught with peril, and many met their end in the brutal contests of the arena. The animals used in the venationes faced a grim fate, often captured from distant lands and transported to Rome under harsh conditions. Their presence in the Colosseum was a testament to the reach of the Roman Empire, showcasing the exotic and formidable creatures from its vast territories. The hunts highlighted the Romans' dominance over nature and their ability to bring the wonders of the natural world to the heart of the empire. The inaugural games also had a lasting influence on the architecture and design of amphitheaters throughout the Roman Empire. The success of the Colosseum spectacles inspired the construction of similar structures in other cities, each incorporating the innovative features and design principles of the Flavian amphitheater. These amphitheaters became important cultural and social centers, hosting a variety of public events and reinforcing the cultural cohesion of the Roman Empire. In modern times, the inaugural games of the Colosseum are remembered as one of the most significant and extravagant events in ancient Roman history. They exemplify the grandeur and ambition of the Flavian emperors and their commitment to public entertainment. The Colosseum itself stands as a lasting monument to their legacy, a testament to the architectural and engineering prowess of ancient Rome and a symbol of its enduring cultural impact. The inaugural games of the Colosseum were a defining moment in the history of ancient Rome. They showcased the might and splendor of the Roman Empire, providing a venue for grand spectacles that entertained and captivated the populace. The games were a celebration of imperial power, a display of engineering ingenuity, and a testament to the cultural significance of public entertainment in Roman society. The Colosseum remains a symbol of this legacy, a monument to the grandeur and ambition of the Flavian emperors and the enduring appeal of ancient Rome. The cultural and political implications of the inaugural games were profound. They reinforced the social hierarchy and the emperor's central role in Roman life. By attending the games, Roman citizens from all walks of life participated in a shared cultural experience that transcended class divisions. The games also served as a platform for the emperor to communicate his values and vision for Rome, using the spectacles to promote ideals of bravery, skill, and Roman superiority. The logistics of organizing the inaugural games were staggering. Coordinating the transport of animals, the training of gladiators, the construction of sets, and the management of crowds required meticulous planning and substantial resources. The successful execution of such a massive event demonstrated the administrative capabilities of the Roman state and its ability to mobilize and direct its resources effectively. The economic impact of the inaugural Games was also significant. The influx of visitors to Rome for the Games stimulated the local economy, benefiting merchants, innkeepers, and artisans. The Games also provided employment for a wide range of individuals, from animal handlers and gladiator trainers to builders and craftsmen. This economic activity contributed to the overall prosperity and vibrancy of the city. The inaugural Games of the Colosseum also had a lasting influence on the perception of the Roman Empire, both within its borders and beyond. They projected an image of Rome as a powerful and sophisticated civilization, capable of organizing and hosting events of unparalleled scale and complexity. This image reinforced Rome's status as the preeminent power of the ancient world and served as a model for other cultures to emulate. In conclusion, the inaugural Games of the Colosseum were a monumental event that showcased the grandeur, power, and ingenuity of the Roman Empire. The Games were a multifaceted spectacle that combined entertainment, politics, and culture, reinforcing the social hierarchy and the emperor's central role in Roman society. The successful execution of the Games demonstrated the administrative capabilities of the Roman state and had a significant economic impact on the city of Rome. The legacy of the inaugural Games endures to this day, symbolizing the enduring appeal and cultural significance of ancient Rome. The Colosseum itself stands as a testament to the architectural and engineering prowess of the Romans, continuing to inspire and captivate people around the world. The historical significance of the Colosseum extends far beyond its role as a venue for public spectacles. It stands as a symbol of the architectural and engineering achievements of the Roman Empire, reflecting the social, political, and cultural dynamics of ancient Rome. The Colosseum's enduring legacy continues to influence modern architecture and serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities and grandeur of Roman civilization. One of the key aspects of the Colosseum's historical significance is its architectural innovation. The structure's use of arches and vaults allowed for the construction of a massive and stable building that could accommodate tens of thousands of spectators. These architectural techniques were not only aesthetically pleasing, but also practical, providing the necessary support and durability for such a large structure. The Colosseum's design principles have influenced countless buildings throughout history, from medieval cathedrals to modern sports stadiums. The Colosseum also represents the zenith of Roman engineering. The construction techniques used to build the Colosseum, including the precise quarrying and transportation of massive travertine blocks, the use of concrete, and the intricate network of underground passages, showcase the advanced engineering skills of the Romans. The hypogeum, with its complex system of elevators and trapdoors, was a marvel of logistical planning and mechanical ingenuity. These engineering achievements set a standard for future generations and remain a source of inspiration and study for architects and engineers today. The social and political significance of the Colosseum cannot be overstated. The amphitheater served as a venue for public spectacles that were designed to entertain, distract, and control the Roman populace. By providing free admission to the games and distributing food, the emperors used the Colosseum as a tool for gaining favor and maintaining public order. The games served to reinforce the social hierarchy, with the seating arrangement reflecting the rigid class structure of Roman society. The Colosseum was a place where the emperor could demonstrate his power and generosity, solidifying his position as the supreme ruler of Rome. The Colosseum also played a crucial role in the cultural life of ancient Rome. The spectacles held in the amphitheater, including gladiatorial combats, wild beast hunts, and mock naval battles, were a central part of Roman entertainment and cultural expression. These events were not only a form of public amusement, but also a means of celebrating Roman military prowess and the empire's dominance over nature and its enemies. The games were deeply ingrained in Roman culture, reflecting the values and priorities of the society. The Colosseum's influence extended beyond the borders of the Roman Empire. As the largest and most impressive amphitheater of its time, it set a precedent for the construction of similar structures in other parts of the empire. Provincial cities built their own amphitheaters, inspired by the design and function of the Colosseum. These buildings served as important cultural and social centers, hosting a variety of public events and reinforcing the cultural cohesion of the Roman Empire. The historical significance of the Colosseum also lies in its enduring legacy. Despite the passage of centuries and the challenges of natural disasters, neglect, and looting, the Colosseum has remained a symbol of the grandeur and ingenuity of ancient Rome. Its survival through the ages is a testament to the durability and resilience of Roman engineering. The Colosseum has been a source of inspiration for artists, writers, and architects throughout history, and it continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. In the medieval period, the Colosseum was repurposed for various uses, including a fortress and a quarry for building materials. Despite these changes, its iconic form remained recognizable, and it continued to be a powerful symbol of Rome's ancient past. The Renaissance saw a renewed interest in classical antiquity, and the Colosseum became a subject of study and admiration for scholars and artists. Its architectural features were analyzed and emulated, contributing to the revival of classical architecture. The Colosseum's role as a tourist attraction began in earnest during the 18th and 19th centuries, as travelers from Europe and beyond came to Rome to witness its ancient wonders. The Grand Tour, a cultural pilgrimage undertaken by young aristocrats, included the Colosseum as a must-see destination. This period also saw the beginning of efforts to preserve and restore the Colosseum, recognizing its historical and cultural significance. In modern times, the Colosseum continues to be one of the most visited and recognizable landmarks in the world. It attracts millions of tourists each year, drawn by its historical importance and architectural beauty. The Colosseum is also a symbol of Italy's rich cultural heritage and a source of national pride. Restoration and preservation efforts continue to ensure that this iconic structure remains intact for future generations to appreciate and study. The Colosseum's historical significance extends beyond its physical presence. It serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities and contradictions of Roman civilization. The grandeur of the Colosseum and the spectacles it hosted highlight the achievements and cultural values of ancient Rome, but they also remind us of the darker aspects of Roman society, including the brutal entertainment of gladiatorial combat and the exploitation of slaves and prisoners of war. The Colosseum's enduring legacy also raises important questions about the role of public entertainment and the use of architecture as a tool of political power. The spectacles held in the Colosseum were a means of controlling and manipulating the populace, providing a distraction from political and social issues. The amphitheater itself was a monumental display of imperial power, designed to awe and impress both Romans and visitors from across the empire. These themes continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about the use of public spaces and the role of entertainment in society. In addition to its role as an entertainment venue, the Colosseum also functioned as a place of political and social significance. Emperors used the games to demonstrate their power, generosity, and connection to the populace. The distribution of free food and the hosting of grand spectacles were strategies to gain and maintain popular support. These events reinforced the social hierarchy and the emperor's position at the top of the social order. The Colosseum was also a site of religious significance. Various deities were honored during the games, and rituals were performed to invoke their favor. The presence of the emperor at these events further underscored the divine association of the ruler with the gods. This blend of entertainment, politics, and religion made the Colosseum a microcosm of Roman society, where different aspects of life intersected. The architectural design of the Colosseum also reflects the sophisticated understanding of crowd management and public safety by Roman engineers. The multiple entrances and exits allowed for the quick and orderly movement of large crowds, minimizing the risk of stampedes and ensuring the safety of spectators. This attention to detail and the ability to manage large-scale public events are aspects of Roman engineering that continue to influence modern stadium design. The Colosseum's significance extends to its role as a symbol of resilience and survival. Despite facing numerous challenges, including natural disasters and human intervention, it has endured as a testament to the enduring legacy of Roman engineering and architecture. The structure's ability to withstand the test of time serves as a powerful reminder of the achievements of ancient Rome and the lasting impact of its innovations. In the centuries following the fall of the Roman Empire, the Colosseum became a symbol of Rome's ancient glory. During the Middle Ages, it was used as a fortress by various noble families, and parts of it were repurposed for housing, workshops, and even religious purposes. Despite these changes, its iconic form remained intact, and it continued to be a potent symbol of Rome's past. The Renaissance period saw a renewed interest in classical antiquity, and the Colosseum became a focal point for scholars, artists, and architects who sought to understand and revive the architectural principles of ancient Rome. This period also marked the beginning of efforts to preserve and protect the Colosseum, recognizing its historical and cultural significance. In the modern era, the Colosseum has been the subject of extensive archaeological study and restoration efforts. These initiatives have aimed to preserve the structure for future generations, while also enhancing our understanding of its construction, use, and significance. The Colosseum has also been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its importance as a cultural landmark of global significance. The Colosseum's role as a symbol of Italy's cultural heritage has been reinforced through various cultural and political events. It has been the site of papal ceremonies, political rallies, and cultural festivals, reflecting its continued relevance as a public space and a symbol of national identity. The Colosseum's enduring presence in the cultural and political life of Italy underscores its significance as a monument that transcends time and continues to inspire awe and admiration. In popular culture, the Colosseum has been depicted in numerous films, books, and other media, further cementing its status as an iconic symbol of ancient Rome. Its dramatic architecture and historical significance make it a compelling backdrop for stories of gladiators, emperors, and the grandeur of the Roman Empire. These representations have contributed to the global recognition and fascination with the Colosseum, ensuring that its legacy continues to be celebrated and remembered. The Colosseum also serves as a site for contemporary reflections on the darker aspects of Roman history. The brutal spectacles that took place within its walls, including gladiatorial combat and executions, remind us of the violence and exploitation that were part of Roman society. The Colosseum stands as a monument to both the achievements and the moral complexities of ancient Rome, offering a space for contemplation and learning. Educational programs and exhibitions at the Colosseum provide visitors with insights into its history, construction, and significance. These initiatives help to contextualize the Colosseum within the broader narrative of Roman history and civilization, allowing visitors to appreciate its historical importance and the ingenuity of its creators. In conclusion, the historical significance of the Colosseum is multifaceted, encompassing its architectural and engineering achievements, its social and political roles, and its enduring cultural legacy. As a symbol of ancient Rome, the Colosseum represents the grandeur, ingenuity, and complexity of Roman civilization. Its influence can be seen in the development of architecture and public entertainment throughout history, and its legacy continues to inspire and captivate people around the world. The Colosseum stands as a testament to the enduring power of human creativity and the lasting impact of the Roman Empire on world history.